So guys, let's get into the review for AFL Fantasy in round 4. I had a pretty decent performance in the end. I got 1,828. My round 4 rank was 11,000. I thought it was a little bit better than that, but that's not too bad. I mean, I'll take it. My overall rank actually went up though. I'm in 5,945. So I think it was in 10,000 last week. So to nearly halve that, I think is pretty good. Now, my good performances over the weekend were Harry Sheezel with the 125. Jordan Dawson did really well because he was about 30 odd at halftime. He got all the way to 118. He was my captain, so 236. Clayton Oliver, brilliant with the 104. Ashcroft with the 105. Levi Ashcroft with the 82. Lawler did really well. He got 95 in the end. Jason Horne-Francis finally responded. He got 125. And Bailey Smith, 127. Also, Riley Sanders got 92. The one thing that most people will be happy about, and the one thing that I'm really agitated about, is Riley BICE. What a performance. 125. I had him in the team. I had Luke Trainer as my emergency in this the game beforehand. He got 74. I was like, 74. BICE won't be able to score much more than that. Got 125. I shouldn't have doubted my man. Riley BICE had a massive performance. If you haven't got him in yet, you have to get him in. Riley BICE, really good performance. Seems to be having that role off of halfback / the wing, and he seems to be used quite a lot for the Swans. He's got a really lethal left foot, so keep your eye out on him. His price just rocketed after that performance. He's on 387 now, so I don't think the plane has left just yet. I think you can still get him this week, but other than that, I think you kind of leave it be. Or you bring him in as a player to play on the field, which is actually what I'm going to do this week. But before we get into my future plans for the week, we have to talk about my brother's team because if I don't talk about it, he's going to get really angry. He had a massive week. He scored 1,909, so that was ranked 954 in AFL Fantasy. He had a lot of the same things as me, but James Peatling, he had in the team 112. That was a great performance from him. He had Jaden Short with a 97, Jordan Clark with the 92, while I had Holmes, which was the problem. He did have Riley BICE in the team with the 125. He took the vice captain of Bailey Smith early on. He got 127, so 254. And a lot of the other stuff is pretty similar to my team. He didn't have Lawler. He had Sid Draper, but he scored a little bit more than me. But the most important part of his team is the fact that his overall rank skyrocketed once again. He was at 2,000 last week. He has jumped into the top 200. He has hit 182 now overall rank. So great performance from him. He's going to have a lot of talking about it for the next few weeks, I think. Hopefully it starts to drop down because I can't listen to it anymore. But anyway, let's get to my trades and his trades for the week. So my trades for this week, very interesting one. I'll be interested to see what you guys think of my trades for this week. But what I've done is a little bit interesting. So I have got rid of Joel Frazier this week. I've picked up El Harley. And I've got rid of Murphy Reed, and I've picked up Zach Merritt. So I've chucked my faith into Riley BICE. I've chucked BICE into the team along with Luke Trainer at this stage, and I've gone for a premium Zach Merritt. I've looked at Merritt's fixture in the next couple of weeks. He has got Melbourne this week. He's got West Coast after that, Collingwood, North Melbourne. Those 4 games, don't really see a tagger. Maybe North Melbourne bring in a tagger, but I don't see really anyone going to him. He has a pretty decent record at Adelaide Oval in my opinion. I don't really have a captain's option, and I think that Murphy Reed, he has Richmond this week. He could score well, but I just believe that this is the right time to go for a big money player. I've got the money there. Joel Frazier had a really poor week. His price is dropping now. So I thought the best decision now would be to get rid of him, use that money for El Harley to put on my bench, and then I can go for a really big upgrade. Murphy Reed, he may score a little bit more. He may have a really good week this week against the Tigers. He's playing a little bit half forward or whatever, so he may very well have a good score, and I may rue to regret it. But I don't see him. He's a 462 in price right now. I can't see him getting more than maybe 500k. I thought that there's no point in holding Murphy Reed for an extra few weeks to get 100,000 coin when I can go now and pick up Zach Merritt when he's got a 4-week window where he should be able to score very nicely. So that's where I'm kind of thinking at this stage. Now, my brother's trades for this week, he has got rid of Sid Draper, picked up El Harley for a little bit of cash, and he's got rid of Joel Frazier and picked up Luke Ryan. Interesting one there. Luke Ryan hasn't had a massive start to this year. I'll have a quick look at his statistics. He is averaging currently 89, I believe, in the last 3 weeks, so not a lot. I'm guessing he's picking him up because he's looking at the next couple of weeks that he can't score much lower. And last week he scored 109. So he did get a good score last week, but his break-even's really high still. I'll be interested to see if he does change that one because he does have Jordan Clark as well. And Luke Ryan has dropped already 138k. So that's a bit of an interesting trade, to be honest. I'll have to ask him more about that. Looking into next week, My captain is going to be Zach Merritt. I don't really like picking a player straight in as my captain, but I'm going to give him the faith. My vice captain is going to be Tom Koenig. I think most people will go with this week. He scored 100 in every game bar one so far this year, which was last week. Against the West Coast Eagles, their ruckman is Bailey Williams. I think that Tom Koenig can have a field day here. So I'm going to put him as the vice, and if that doesn't work out, then I'll pick Zach Merritt as my captain. But pretty happy with that performance. At this stage, I've only got 2 rookies in my midfield. Nathan O'Driscoll's kind of that mid-price player, but Ashcroft had a really good performance last week. Lawler had a really good performance. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm kind of looking to trade out a couple of these players that are rookies, looking to trade them out and try and get a rookie off my bench and a rookie in the team, try and trade them out and then be able to upgrade to a good player. So that's kind of my planning in the next couple of weeks. I had a really good week last week, so I'm really happy with that performance. It scored about 80 less than my brother, and if I had BICE into the team, if I stuck with my boy, I would have had 50 more points. So that was my mistake. Sorry to doubt you, Riley BICE, my hero. Now we'll just take a quick look at our AFL fantasy competition for the channel. Pub Feed with Sources still sitting on top. He's done really well so far. He currently sits 50 points in front of my brother, who jumped up a couple of spots this week. He was sitting in 4th, I believe, last week, but he's jumped right up into 2nd spot with a great performance. One of the highest scoring teams in the league. I can see Jegs Bang Bros got the exact same score as him. I'm sitting in 18th spot, which I'm pretty happy with. I had a pretty poor first couple of weeks of the season, so I've jumped from about mid-range. I think it was at around 32 in the first couple of rounds. I've jumped up to 18th, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm about 200 points away, or nearly 300. No, about 250 points away from top spot. So a little bit far away, but I think Zach Merritt's inclusion could be wonders for me. But guys, that is the end of the review for round 4 at AFL Fantasy. Get ready for Gather Round in round 5. I think it's going to be a really exciting round for AFL Fantasy and everything involved in footy.